Ramchandra, voice is not coming.
Yeah. இப்போ வருதா?
இப்போ நீங்க பேசுறது கேக்குது. ஏன்னா ரெக்கார்டிங்னு போட்டிருந்தீங்க இல்லையா?
Correct. இப்போ வருது இல்லையா? It's okay. I think now I will go ahead, with this. I think there is some problem in the video also. I will see if I can do that. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमगुरुभ्यो श्रीमदानंद तीर्थ भगवत पादाचार्योभ्यो नमो नमः। नारायण परिपूर्ण गुणार्णवाय विश्वोदय स्थितितोलय नियतिप्रताय ज्ञानप्रताय विबुधासुर सौख्य दुःख सत्कारणाय विददाय नमो नमस्ते। यो विपरिलिम्ब विपरीत मतिप्रबोधान् वादान् निरस्य कृतवान् भुवि तत्त्ववादं सर्वेश्वरो हरिरीति प्रतिपातकं तम् आनन्दतीर्थमुनिवर्यं नमामि। पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनुवे। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Friends, welcome. I think with all the glitches, we are starting the day. Anyway, soon we will find a way out for this. But as we will go ahead, because we will continue with our discussion as we left from last week. Now we are going to the second most important aspect of the first 7 mantras. In fact, first 7 mantras are forming one unit. In which it gives what are all the concepts we have discussed so far, how it is helpful in our for day-to-day life. That's what we are going to see. So in this context, we will be just be seeing, last week, if you remember, just for the purpose of recap, what we saw the mantra number 5. Mantra number 5 was telling, ya imam madvatam vadam atmanam jivam antikat. See, whatever we are, whatever we know, whatever we enjoy with this body, because we have said the Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, which are all the 5 tanmatras which is required for us to get the experience of the world and enjoy the world. In that, it was telling Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, when we had, it enables us to enjoy. Not only that, it is enabled to get into the highest form of human pleasure which you can think of, the carnal desires also, because it's covered in that, that we have seen. When it's, why it is given that particular aspect is, because whenever you get into a particular thing, a mode of totally, getting, tabiyat kush ho gaya, when we say, when we are totally immersed, majja, because when they say Sanskrit, we're totally immersed in that, and all the 5 senses are into that process. See, you are not out of that, and all the 5 senses are being brought together at that point of time. Either you are able to control and you are able to renounce, because you are able to make all the 5 senses to obey your orders, or you get all the 5 senses to be immersed into the worldly activities. One is internal, one is external. When you are giving, the kind of a controlling aspect of the senses, you are able to get the inside journey of the inside journey and see, what is the best, you can achieve, because you can just ferret out our potential, the excellence, the possibilities, what you are capable of, which you have not found, you will be able to. But when you are able to experience the world and indulge in the pleasures and all, there also you get all the 5 senses indulged in this. What is these 2 aspects in this? One is external and one is internal. Either way, you can externally get into this world and get everything, and finally, once you know, yes, this is it and all, then you can come back to the internal journey. Or once you have understood, or once you start finding out, why should not I find, but what is the purpose behind my existence and all, the big questions which normally comes. It's the philosophical question that comes only when you get into this world and get the sort of experience of the world. When you find you are not able to overcome whatever happens to you, and you get into some sort of a sort of a morose, sorrow, and as well as displeasure, get dejected because you are not able to get what you want. Because the world is as it is. It is giving you all the experiences, but you are dejected because you want at that particular point of time something which you are not getting it. If you get it, you would be happy. That's why what you want and what you want to get, because it's important that if you want to go on getting it, there is no end to it. That is the first two mantras when we talked about. That is what it was just telling us, because why we call the vairagya or whatever it is there, which is required for us to understand ourselves better and to make ourselves more, to realize ourselves to our full potential. Because we are capable of doing so many things. Our capability we have not understood. The master in us we have not seen. The potential in us we have not fathomed. We have not seen, because how far, this mind, body and intellect, as a personality, you will be able to achieve. You have not done, because you are only seeing the surface of it. In the surface of it, because the Upanishad wants you to bring out. You are such a capable soul. Why do you want to get into this? That's why, I will just give a brief of all the 5 mantras, just to give an understanding. What the first mantra said, we will not be reciting the mantras, at least for the purpose of, at least so that, once we hear, the words will be ringing into you. Paranchikani Vyatarunat Swayambhuhu Tasmat Paran Pashyati Na Antaratman. Because when God has created the self, the God has created, or the Paramatman or the self, as in Advaita, whatever, the self born has set the doors of the body to face the outside world. It is not a swinging door. It only opens outside, but it doesn't come inside. So when it opens naturally, it will go out. Because like you are in a cage, when the cage is opened, only everyone will try to go out. And if you put the bird in a cage, once you take the door of the cage out, it will go out. Because likewise, the God has given us the senses. Once the doors are opened, He has given one-way traffic. Because it goes out only. Paranchkyani Vetarnath, because it goes outside only, then you get into that. What happens, because then hardly a wise man here and there, when you go gazes out, and when you are not able to see the power which has opened the door, when you can see and find, because there is a much better thing and much bigger thing and much infinite world available to you, what happens, you get dissipated into this world. But some of the wise men, because who kaschit diraha, when you are able to see that special power which is giving you the power to get into this world, when you want to see how best that power is, what power it can give me, and what is that finally I will be able to get, when you are able to try to have a focus backward on that, because that is what, but then avruta shakshugu, because when you are able to put the gaze back into yourself, put the gaze into the purpose and the reason, and what is that, you are going to do and all, then, what is that, you are here for, and what is that you are going to achieve, then you are going to get into the highest. In this point, I will just try to tell you, there is a very great writer like called Mark Twain. We've all heard him, because he has written, a lot of stories, and Tom whitewashes, because we have seen Tom and his childlike stories. He was a great writer. He has gone through all the vicissitudes in his life. So he has said, what is important for the person is, he has got 2 great days in the entire life. All of us to have 2 great days in our life. One is the day we are born, that we religiously celebrate every year, birthday. We cut the cake, or we go to the temple, we do so many other things. That is one thing. That is most important thing. The next thing, what is coming about, see, once you have that, because what is that is one important aspect, because that you will have to celebrate. That is an important day, because you have been brought into this world to gain the experience, as well as to realize your potential, or whatever you want to enjoy in this world, you wanted to enjoy, or you wanted to see the world, you are able to do that. The next important day is when you are asking why you have come into this world. That day never comes. when we are living in this world, we are celebrating our birthday, but that most importantly, what Mark Twain says, when you have to find out why you have come into this world, why you have come into this world, not only the purpose, not only the existence what has come into this world, because that means there is some purpose. That's why we have come here. Because a lion has come here, because he has to roam the forest, and it is going to be the king of the jungle. It has to pray, it has to sort of the fight for the food, and finally because when it is old it will give up, and because that is its purpose. No one has to tell what is the purpose. For animals, you don't have to plant, you don't have to tell the purpose. The plant, wherever you put, it tries to grow and give whatever it can, not to itself, it gives to others, and it is trying to find the rays, sun rays, wherever it goes. Even if you put it into a dark corner, it takes a turn and come towards the sun and goes. It knows, where the power is there. It is able to find the power which is giving it. It is able to access the power. But are we able to? As a human beings, are we able to? Because we go by the circumstances in which we are in. And if it is happy and comfortable, we want to have that particular atmosphere, particular environment, and particular comforts only to be with us, so that we are able to get across and be happy in this world with whatever we have. That is called yogakshem. We want to protect whatever we have. We do not want any discomfort. Whatever comfort I have, let it be maintained. If some more comfort comes, it comes, and let me strive for it. Otherwise it will come, I will take it, but I will not go anything less than whatever comfort zone I have now. Whereas that is not the life. It can always throw you into some unknown waters. When it throws into unknown waters, because then we will not be able to, we will find a way out. When reason will fail, because then what will happen? Then the faith, will start slowly coming out. But faith on what? Unless you have got something other to hold on. Either you have to have a sort of an unshakable faith in something, or you have to believe something. The belief becomes a faith. That believes whatever we have, because once you validate yourself and see it has worked out, and then it becomes a faith. And the faith, when it comes, then become okay, then this is how I will have to go. You will find out, and as the go about, your faith will go on changing, because your reason will go on changing. Because once you find the belief will also, once the belief system changes, the faith will become. What is the faith finally? What we call it? If you go to any of the Sai Baba temples, two words they have written: Shraddha and Saburi. Shraddha is the focus with which we do anything. This sort of an indomitable focus, come what may. Supposing, if I take a Bhagavad Gita book today, I just want to see at least one chapter today. I just read couple of mantras. After that, okay, because it is, let me understand fully, because let me understand thoroughly. Let me see it later, then I put it on. Then that's not Shraddha. The moment I see I have taken the first chapter, I will have to complete it, come what may, whatever be my understanding and whatever be the sources I have, resources I will try to take that. I will be completing at least this first chapter. That 32 mantras or whatever it is there, I will be completing it. Because then that is the Shraddha, because you are holding on, you are not giving up. Whereas otherwise, it's a sort of abiding, it's not abiding interest. It is a sort of a ephemeral interest. You just, everyone is reading. I also wanted to read couple of mantras, read. It didn't interest me because my mind is being taken away into so many other things. Instead of wasting the time on this, let me go to the bank and do something like that and all. But if you are determined, you find the time, appropriate time for that, so that you can read and do it. And all. At least if you think, I am going to complete 5 mantras today, let us do that. That is Shraddha, not giving up. So once it comes, though, your belief system, your faith and your ability to act will slowly improve. So this is how, what they are telling. The second mantra was coming to that. Parancha kaman anuyanti balaha. Because if you are going on dissipating yourself, you will be like a child, going from one thing to another, but you will not be gathering anything. So what happens by that process? For every small thing, you will be getting agitated. you will be getting distressed. You were expecting something, it didn't come, and you were to go, because you were not, today they said, it is closed. And, you have already said, wanted to, you have lined up something, because that day something happened, that is strike or rain or something like that, you couldn't go out, you will get distressed for everything and all. So the once you are attending, because then parach kaman anuyanti palaha, because you become like a child. So you should come out of the childhood also, because that childish nature also. But honestly, slowly, what is the purpose of being living in this world? You have to develop the Shraddha and whatever you are doing. Not necessarily, reading Bhagavad Gita. See, if you are going to be, doing something, if you are going to be making a recipe, work on that, because, okay, let me see that and write the recipe and try to do that and find out what is that. Because if you make permutation combination, you try to record it so that, others will be able to do, because then excellence come automatically. Without, because for every inspiration is only 5%, it is perspiration which is 95%. So that comes with that, that is nothing but, the same thing Upanishad says, even when you want to find the purpose why you are coming to this world, you will have to reflect and think upon what is that. Not necessarily you will have to read Bhagavad Gita or Bible. You can try to do something, and you can go and listen to someone, who says, what is the purpose of life. Lot of, because programs are there, because where they are telling, because how you can control your mind, how you will be able to control your thought, how you will be able to gain confidence, and all those things when they say, then you will have to follow it religiously. And because if you go on from places to places, because there are a million ways you can do it, there are dime a dozen courses are happening and all. If you are going from one place to another, you're not going to gain anything. Take something, one, and try to find what is it is offering you, and try to refine yourself, because you will be able to adopt it yourself. It's not only, going and getting the knowledge from someone else, adopting it to yourself. Finally, it has to make a change in you. If it doesn't make any change in you, you are like a log of wood floating on the water. Wherever water goes, it will take. That's all. So you have not gained anything, because to hold on. So that is what, the second mantra said. The third mantra said, Rupa, Rasam, Gandham, Sabdan, Sparsham, Cha, Maitunan. Because finally, why all these things are happening, it gives the reason, because it is a Rupa, Rasa, Sabda, Sparsha, Gandha, because which are all, and Maitunan. Because, finally the carnal pleasure is the human being thinks, all any living being thinks, that is the highest, it's only for the purpose of procreation. But then that becomes, because that is in thing and all, if you are getting indulged in that, and then finally you are not able to, because all the five senses, they get indulged, whether you are liking a beautiful place, or you are liking in a beautiful vehicle, or whatever is there, where you are losing yourself totally. All the five senses are onto that. That is what it says, that is how you give into this world and all. The interpretation is, when finally, when these things, when you are able to, wise man, when you are able to, you are getting the wisdom, when you are able to get that Shraddha, the same Sai Baba temple says one more word called Saburi. Saburi, in the sense, it is not only that, you will have to have a patience. You will have to have something called Titiksha. Both of them together, it is called Saburi. Saburi is, you should be able to face any ordeal that comes smilingly and accept. Smilingly in the sense, because you don't have to be worried about, yes, it has happened. Let me find out what is it happening and all. Because of, something, untoward has happened, that you will not be giving up. Okay, you will be accepting whatever is happening. At the same time, you will be gathering yourself to go. You will be having a patience. And when you want to understand the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, or even the first five mantras of the Bhagavad Gita, you will have to read the mantras, you will have to listen to someone who explains it, Anvaya, and who gives the entire summary of that, who gives it, explains it with the examples, and try to take it and find out, because what is that, you appreciate. Once you appreciate, automatically the qualities will get ingrained in you. You don't have to take any specific effort. Shravanam, Mananam, Nitidhyasanam, when he said, more you get, by rotation, it comes in repeatedly, and that becomes part of your being. So you don't have to worry about. So when it is said, because third mantra when it is said, Yetan eva vijanati kim matra parisishyate etad. In the sense, we all know, once it is known, how you are able to get the Sabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, the Tanmatras, it is not, you are not inborn with that. Someone has given you the power, which is the prana, which is in you, it has given that. What is prana? The prana is the life force. How prana becomes a life force? Because as long as the prana is there in the body, we are all living beings, we are existing, we can claim, because we are the being, we are here to do something and all the bonds. But the prana, once it is not there, I think it is like any other insentient being. It is only a sort of a matter, because it is not, that 1% energy, life energy goes off, it is 99% is only a matter. So it is of no use. That 1% is very important. Why prana is very important? When prana comes, we will see, at the forthcoming mantras, how it becomes the life force. When we see entire and the Brahman is residing in us and he is everywhere, when we see how he comes into body and residing in us. We will see, another Upanishad, we'll be going to see, in Taittiriya Upanishad, Maitreya Upanishad and all, as it will come. Because at the time of the womb, because through the Sagasrara, I think, because the life force enters. That is how, because your heart starts beating. Your heart is the one first formed in the womb. It's not the brain. So then it gives the sort of, the motion, to get to the sort of, the prana from mother's womb and getting it, and it becomes active. Slowly it grows and forms into a child. So the prana is very important. After that, once the body is formed and finally when it comes, when the first breath, when we take into this world, because then, the child has to breathe, because that's what every gynecologist will try to see how, whether the child is crying or something like that. If it doesn't show any movement, then they will that fold it upside down and give a pat on the back, so that, it starts doing it, because the cycle starts. The breath that starts, then it goes on till the end. That is prana, that prana. But that prana, when it comes, what happens? Through the prana is activated. The prana also gets the power from Paramatman, the Brahman. He gets him through the prana, because he wants to be with you. And he wants you, by you saying, he activates everything. He is able to give you all the potential, all the abilities, skills, everything, and all, so that you can comfortably live in this world. So when the prana goes, prana is also another word that is used to denote God in the Upanishads also, in our scriptures also. So this is very important. So once it comes, and once it knows, because then he is the one who is activating at the Sapta Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, because of the life force. He is giving you all the energy, and he is the one who will be keeping the energy even after you leave the body. So once he has brought us and given us all the facilitation to know the world, enjoy the world, after that also you will be doing that. Because you are going to be a permanent, you are going to be time immemorial, soul is going to be time immemorial. Now you are in the form of manifested body. After the body, you will have to, because at that point of time, who is going to help you? The same power who has given you Sapta Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, he is going to help you in this. This is exactly, because once it is there, and the Brahman knows, because the Sattva Sparsha Rupa Rasa, what else is required to be known? This is what it says. Parisishyate. This question that asked, then the next mantra says, Swapnanantam Jagrudantam Kovahu, Anupasyate, because in the dream world, in the waking world, as well as the Sushuptasthana, even though it is not mentioned in the mantra, we have to take it that in all these things, he only brings in the entire sort of, the energy for you to go through the waking world. In the dream also, he gives you the right type of a dream, which finally formulates and which makes you propel into your future. And when you have, some of the dreams will be meaningless. You will not be, because it will not have any purpose. Some of them will give you sort of a propensity to act, propensity to do something, propensity to think of something which you have not thought of earlier, which you have not seen in this world also, it will come. And Sushuptasthana, when you are totally, because not aware of anything, All of us, everyone in the world at the time of Sushuptasthana, we are all equal. Be it a Scandinavian or be it a European or American or Indian, we are all in the lap of God at the time. Nescience. We don't have any sort of awareness of who we are, what we are, where we are, and all. At that point of time, we are the pure soul. What we call moksha or liberation, we are somewhere closer to it. We are, because at the time, because we are in the lap of, because closer to the Brahman in our heart. What is the word Brahman? Brahman and all, we are going on using it. What is the etymology of the word? Brahman is Bruhu iti Brahman, because it goes on expanding. You will not be able to see the sort of a limit for that, limitless. It's like a horizon. You walk to the horizon and you go there until the horizon still goes. It is like that. Wherever you go, the space you go to the moon or sun or anywhere, you get the spacecraft, then you find still there are certain galaxies as cosmos. Is there everywhere and all. Likewise, finally, he has chosen to be inside you also, inside all the beings. Because that's how he is able to give the energy and the potential to act in this world and do everything in this world. That is the power he has given. Having given that, he says, Mahantam Vibhum Atmanam. He is the one finally takes care of everything. And once he is taking everything, once you know that, he is there everywhere and all, what is there to fear about? Atmanam Matva Dhiro na Sochati. Matva, because why? No one has to fear. He is there, he is taking care of everything. And he is the one, because he's all your seamlessly with your waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. That is our biography all through the life, which we have been doing right from the day we have come into this world. He's taking care of you all through this. And then why are you? Because nothing to be worried. Because that worry, because we are keeping our own sort of a manufactured world. We are our own synthetic world. We are trying to worry about the things which really are not worry, because we have created a reason to worry, because we have created a expectations, which is not plausible or which is possible, but then we have not taken the effort. So many things are there. Finally, it comes to that. So there is nothing to worry once you know you have been taken care of all through and all. Then finally, the fourth mantra, because that we have seen, and the fifth mantra, what we have seen last week, Yaimam Advatam Vedam Atmanam Jivam Antikat. He is very dear, close by. Our Samipe Vartate, as we have seen in Kathopanishad. He is always with you. He always wants to help you. He always wants to protect you. He is the friend, philosopher, guide, and God. He wants to be with you and he wants to do everything so that for your benefit, so that you get the right attitude, right thoughts, but only if you can give your own gaze towards him. If you are able to listen to his words, if you are able to offer yourself unconditionally to him. This is what the mantra said. So, Jiva Mantika, Imam Bhuta Bhavishyacha na Toto Vijagupshate, na Tato Vijagupshate. Because he is the one who is taken care of you when you are not there in this world, when you are as a soul. Having come to this world also, he is taking care of you. Bhavishya, after you leave this body also, he is the one who is going to take care of you. Tato na vijagupsate. Because then you are not going to be worried unnecessarily. No, you will not try to save yourself, from everything around this world. So this is the purpose behind that. When you don't have to worry about anything, and he is the one, who is seamlessly taking care of. And whatever happens, Madhvatam is sense, because good or bad, whatever it is there, because of his power, only you are able to get everything, because that's why the first mantra we recite every time in the prayer, Narayana Paripurna Gunarnavaya Visvodaya Stititolaya Niyati Prataya Jnana Prataya Vibudasura Saukya Dukkha Sakkaranaya. Saukya Dukkha Sakkarana. You say because it's not, because it is, because you have got your account. You have to bhokta, because you will have to manage your accounts. Whatever papa punya we have, you will have to go through that. He helps you to get through both. to get the benefits of your punya, as well as to whatever happens because of the papa which we might have created inadvertently or otherwise also, is there to help you and convert it into a great knowledge, by which we become a soul exalted much above what we are now. This is, the first five mantras in a nutshell what we have seen. The next two mantras are going to be replying the cosmic, because that entire, what we saw in the cosmic knowledge or cosmic world, as Advaita says. Otherwise, because it will be knowing the terms, we will be periodically be talking about the various terms just to understand why these terms, what these terms are to be, why this term should be understood, why these terms have been used first in the scriptures. So when we say Brahman, Bruhuiti Brahman is the one, who is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. And we have got philosophies of Advaita, Dvaita, Visishtadvaita, and we have got a Nirguna Brahman, which is being propounded by Advaita, because which is the highest. What they call. Finally, when you go into the highest echelon of our understanding, and once you get the highest wisdom, because he is not the space, he is not a temporal body, he is something much beyond that. You will not be able to comprehend it. All of them say one thing is common to all the philosophies: Brahma Satyam. One and the only thing that is real is the Brahma, the power, the life energy, or whatever you call the God. He is the only reality. The rest of it are all the subsequent, the things that is coming up, whether you want to call it as illusion, as it is being assigned by some other philosophies, whether you want to call it, the reality, but then, you will have to understand the real nature of the reality. So basically what it says is, because we have got three levels. One is causal level. Causal level is Karana. Because he is the Nimitta Karana. Because of this world, whatever has happened, irrespective of, the beings and everything, why it has happened? Because every year, every yuga we have understood, we have seen the scriptures. It gets destroyed, Pralaya is there, the new yuga is formed, and every creation comes. Whether the creation comes or Advaita says, because he by his tapas power, he brings in, because the energy into the world, and which becomes the world, which is called, some sort of a Parinamavada also it's called. Upadana Karana is the material cause, by which, it creates. Whereas a Nimitta Karana is he wants to create the world, and the world is created. It is like that. So at the Karanam, what is that? Why, how the world has come and all? It is called, when the world is come, because he wanted to create the world so that all the seedlings, all the souls, which are all the seeds, they will have to sprout and flourish to its full potential. So therefore, there will be a formation of yuga and the formation of everything and all. As it goes, as long as they are able to flourish, and the entire world is having like Treta Yuga and Satya Yuga, everything will be wonderful. But when the time comes, they have also got a time limit. They have also got but God doesn't have any time limit. By their own action, finally, it all comes to an end. Like Dwapara Yuga, finally, when there was a chaos everywhere, including Dwarka. So it all came to an end, because by own action that has been created. It is all what has come into being will have to go. So that is how it's not one yoga is created and the people will be there forever, because timeless, it's not that. Everything will have a beginning, everything will have a sort of a development, everything will have, because go off. This is it. At the causal level, it is called, because he's the one who is the Nimitta Karana. He creates the world, Leela, what is called the theistic school. Otherwise, Ishvara in Advaita school, because Ishvara is the one which is finally given because of his energy, because of his sankalpa. The energy, it comes, that throb of the energy creates the world. And that is how, because unity is being, because of the throb, because everything happens, and every beings, find the utterance, and they all come into this world and live. Because that is how they say, Aham Brahmasmi and all those Mahavakyas has come because of the unitary concept. Because Brahman and self, at the Vyavaharika level, you are a body and you are a Jiva. In the Paramatmika level, Once you understand, you are part of the great throb of energy which has created this world, then you get dissolved into that. You are there, you are not existing as, to someone who can think. Because you have already given up, gone beyond that. That is Advaita. Whereas, the other philosophies, is the Leela, he has created that. Once you have understood that, you have come into this, you will have to get into this power who has brought the seed in the garden of the Brahman. We have all been sown, and he is watering. He is watering all the plants equally. But some grow into a tall tree, some wither away as a plant. Because that is the karma phala which has come in, and the innate quality of the seed. That's why we call nichocha bhavam gataha, because one word that is used in Dvaita philosophy is that everyone has got the ability to go the highest level of the seed, what it can do. But are we able to get? That is only by the seed quality. Once you are able to get, whatever the God has given you, watering you, you are able to get the benefit of it and grow. Because our purpose is to grow to that. And during that process, what we do, you do everything, whatever is dana janasya shushrusu karma. You do. Why you have to do karma? Karma is like a tax. Once you have come into this world, once you start a business, you are paying GST, you are paying income tax. Once you have come into this world, you are not to be idle. You will have to do whatever you are capable of. If you are an agriculturist, you will have to do it. If you are a professional, you will have to do that. Or if you are going to be a businessman, you will have to do that. Or if you are going to do someone, who is going to be teaching and making people wise about that, and that is our job. You will have to do that. These are all offerings. You learn that is offering what we are capable of. In that process, we excel. We sort of refine ourselves, give the best of our offerings to the world. This is at the causal level. Ishvara is the one. Ishvara, as far as Advaita is concerned, they have got a concept of Maya. Maya, in the sense, Ishvara is the one who creates. We are not able to realize your own potential as that you are part of that throb of energy has created. Till such time you are not able to realize, it is the Maya that puts the veil on your eyes. Whereas other theistic philosophy says, once you know finally the power who is protecting you, who is within you, and he is within everybody else, then you will not be finding any sort of a difference between anyone. You may not be, because your experience may not be able to explain someone's experience, but you will be able to see, yes, I am here, I am able to experience, I am able to give my best to this world. I am also able to appreciate, because others are also capable because to their potential. Okay, each one of us have got different capacities, different capabilities. All of us will converge everything to put in place so that everyone will be able. After all, in an organization, you have to have the people who are taking care of the organization. You have to have people who are maintaining the office. You will have to have people who are at the higher level, getting the finance and doing it. There are the people who are putting up the plants and operating. Likewise, each one of us have got a different role. So the role what we are going to get is based on the seed quality what we have, what we will have to offer to this world. We have been brought in there. And in that process, the God wants you to excel. You get the excellence of whatever you are capable of. As you go on getting the excellence, birth after birth, you become such a wonderful being. Finally, once you do it, you only offer. You don't get anything. That is the level when you find whatever moksha or liberation. There is nothing to get. All that you have to offer, and all that we have to give is give up. Give up is me and mine. That ego, once you give it up, then because nothing is there for you and all. And one of the most important thing is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. When they say Satyam is the truth, in the sense final truth is Brahma Satyam. He is the only final truth. Jnanam is no, because that is, he's the one, who has given us all the capabilities and brought us. And he's the one, who has, because of the throb of energy we have come here, we are the one we hear. Once you know that jnanam, Anantam, because when you say Anantam, in a sense, because of the jnana, and because of, because you have understood, he is the only final reality, And you will not have any sort of a rancor about anyone else, jealousy about anyone else. So in fact, because one of the great qualities Bhagavatam says, Kshama is the greatest quality. Even if you have jnana, more than jnana is Kshama, because he always, why, always likes, dislikes everything and all. We are not able to forget and forgive someone. So moment to moment, you forgive whatever has happened. If someone has put you, someone has talked a very wrong words to you, rather, because you felt, disgusting about that and all, forget about that. That's all. That's all. Forget and forgive. That's all. Are we able to? We are not, because we are conditioned. We have been told. I have been telling all good things to so many people. Why someone else will tell me? You want to be transactional, and you think, you try to act God, because you think, I am good. Who am I to think I am good? I will have to be good, because when I see myself, in reflection, I should not have any sort of a cobwebs in my mind. I should be peacefully able to think whatever I am doing, whatever I am getting it done, it's all because of the power that has given me in this. Naham karta, Hari karta. That's what we say. Because I am not doing it. He is getting it done. That's what we say every day. Puja Nishushuta Ganapate Ganeshutvam Ahu Vipratavam Kavinam Narate Tvatkriyate Kinchanare Maham Ardam Chitramati. You are getting it done. I am not doing it, because it is a power, because of this body, mind, you have brought me at this place, you have brought me getting it done. And then once you do that, you will be having that hold on. The power within you is there always with you to help. You will be able to get the best of it. And this is because where, the jiva, the concept is there. The jiva is the concept only as a vyavaharika level in Advaita, whereas jiva is considered to be a soul, because in all others, because there is a difference between jiva and the Brahma. And in Advaita says, once you go to the highest level, the having the qualities, you get dissolved, sakshatkara, you become part of it. You don't have anything to think about. Whereas others say, still you will have to do sadhana, you will have to offer, you will have to serve. That's what, Visishtadvaita says. You will have to do the kainkarya till the end. So, causal level, it is the Brahman, is whether manifested or unmanifested, Saguna Brahman or Nirguna Brahman. And the Jiva is the concept, because when you are Jiva, as long as because I am doing everything, Jiva is nothing but Ega, that is Avidya. Once the avidya goes, even when you are whatever philosophy, finally he is getting it done. It is as good as, because getting the shashtrak around. Then subtle level. Subtle level is called Hiranyagarbha. We have described it earlier also. Hiranyagarbha is the one where all, your great thoughts, everything converges into the mind. All the creation takes place. It is the Prakriti. The Prakriti, Mula Prakriti, Lakshmi, because she is the one finally forms entire, because there is one Suttam I will explain next week. We all, Ambarani Suttam, we recite in every day during puja. That gives the entire concept of the Hiranyagarbha or Prakriti. We'll see that, and then that is the threshold, because from causal level, the creation level, when it comes to creation level, even the Upanishad talks about in terms of feminine gender. Finally, when the creation has to take place, it is through the feminine gender. The feminine power, because it's not that feminine as it is. The Lord himself assumes the form. We will see what it is in the next mantra. And the subtle elements. The subtle elements are created at that subtle level only. That is the Saptasparsha Ruparasa Gandha, by reason of which we are able to experience this world, because of he is the one who has given us the power. At the grass level, once you have come into this body and all these things, because once we are all manifested into body. The Virat is the one, because finally all of us together, when, because the Vishwarupa, when the Bhagavan says, all of us are inside his body, that is Virat Swarupa. In the sense, the entire world is one with all the beings and the plants, everything together. And the grass elements, because then only our scriptures have described 14 worlds. 7 Swargas and 7 Narakas. All those things have been described, and various bodies which has been described, because that is in our scriptures. That has been given at the gross level, they are the ones. But the subtle level, they are all converge into the Tanmatras and Hiranyagarbha. And the causal level, finally it is a Jiva as a sort of avidya as long as it is there. Or once because Naham Karta, Hari Karta, nothing is mine, because ego goes off. Till such time ego is there, you will not be able to realize at the causal level. These three concepts, causal level, subtle level, and gross level, we will be seeing, in very much detail with live examples next week. With this, with a lot of glitches in completing today's session. Thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Bunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadidamastu ma Vishvidavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Prabhuda, you are able to hear?
Yeah, audibility is very clear.
Okay, thank you. Video was not there. I continued with it as it is.
See you again next week.
Yeah, I think. See you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.